Rats me and he also plays bass. Mark out sewage all over the place. Bob sits on his ass and he draws. Chris thinks people really suck. Mark points at raccoons and ducks. Bob sits on his ass and he blogs about things that probably don't exist. It's Mightiest Bastards.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Earth's Mightiest Bastards vlog. We've been away for a little bit, I don't know, a couple of months maybe? 3 to 4 months?
A long time.
It's been a while since we last posted a vlog.
It's been months. It's Mark's fault.
Yeah, I recently sold a house and bought a house and had no internet for about 3 months, so we couldn't upload anything, but we're back.
Stupid.
It happens. It happens. We're back.
Adult things.
And we actually...
Grown up.
Yeah, grown-up things. So, but we're back, and we came back at a great time because just recently at the San Diego Comic-Con, they released the Justice League, what was it called? The Sizzle Reel Fun Time clip?
That was like
an
a form.
enjoyable sizzle reel.
Yeah.
An enjoyable sizzle
An
reel.
enjoyable sizzle reel.
The word sizzle reel always pissed me.
Which I guess it kind of is. It doesn't really.
Yeah, it's not a trailer.
Not really.
No, it's a cavalcade of moments. So it is by dictionary definition a sizzle reel.
So we're talking the Justice League Sizzle Reel. And, Rob, take it away.
Oh.
Let's start off with perhaps the most memorable phrase. I hear you talk to fish. The whole thing ends. We're going to start at the ending. Ends with fucking Bruce Wayne telling Arthur Curry, a.k.a. Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, the living beast man.
Yeah.
Here you talk to fish, as he's got his head pressed up against a barroom wall. It seems like it is, if you hated BV Soups as much as I did, you will only continue to be disappointed by what's going on.
That's what it feels like, at least. There's nothing really...
I would say the most egregious thing by far, and it's hard to even say this, is Flash. Not only did they do a huge disservice to their universe by not casting Grant Gustin, but this interpretation of a sort of antisocial weirdo, post-Max Headroom, living in his little basement, enclave, and he's got armor that is just a horror show.
Well, he said he needed friends.
Yeah, he needs friends.
And so his new friends are going to be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg, and some of
the
elusive Seven.
Right, because it was always Unite the Seven.
So it's basically Bruce Wayne recruiting. Not going well with Aquaman, going too well with the Flash. Yeah. We don't really get to see him recruit Cyborg, but Cyborg looks like
he looks like a Gundam.
Tinfoil.
He looks like a friggin' Gundam.
It's horrible.
It's worse than that.
Yeah.
The face mask looks like one of those Roger Corman knockoff superhero movies. Instead of looking like a proper metal plate, it looks like a plastic plate with a fake hovering red eye. It's like they have all the money in the world and they went for the absolute cheapest looking Cyborg. The comic book version is awesome.
Maybe it'll be a little better in the final. Maybe it'll look a little better.
But he looks so crunky.
His
it's
awful.
Body looks like...
No doubt it's awful.
I mean, I know he's some weird merging of a motherboard and a human being or whatever they're doing. Motherboard.
Yeah, now it's alien tech.
It's a different incarnation of Cyborg, but it just doesn't look good to me. But nobody looks good except Wonder Woman, and Batman still looks pretty good, but they kind of got
right.
I'm gonna stick with it. This is still the best interpretation of Batman that we've seen on the screen.
But the more I see of it, the less happy I am.
He still looks good.
He's going around trying to make coy remarks. He's making witty banter with Wonder Woman. You know.
So you're just saying the best looking Batman. He's not really Batman.
Yeah, that's really it.
Batman did not go around recruiting the Justice League.
Yeah, best looking. Yeah, what's funny about that, and this kind of caught me off guard, Batman is not the one that brought together the Justice League. If anything, he always kind of begrudgingly joined.
No, we talked about this.
He was never absolutely.
And then if you remember Tower of Babel, he kept files on everybody and their weaknesses, which was eventually exploited by Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
And he almost killed the entire Justice League.
He never liked the idea.
A paranoid narcissist.
Because the Justice League offered too much power to too small a group of people to easily exploit it.
So he would be the last person to bring it together.
But no, ever since he made a pledge to
his
the
best
Kryptonian
friend,
corpse,
Superman.
exactly, his very best friend in the whole world, because they both have a mom named Martha. Ever since this graveside pledge was made, You know, with him, with Wonder Woman at his side, now that is all he's going to do.
And if you spoiler alerts, if you care about this, which I don't think anyone really does, if you notice in the Justice League promo shot for this trailer that came out, we see Superman. We see a somewhat smiling Superman.
Yeah.
So he's not dead.
Oh, he's clearly not dead.
Who would have thought? He's not dead.
Everyone that watched the last movie, but that notwithstanding,
Saying.
yes, he's going to be back.
Superman
he's not in the trailer.
lives.
Yeah.
So Flash looks
There it is.
horrible. Let's just go aesthetics.
He
Flash
looks
looks absolutely
horrible.
horrible. Grant Gustin, the suit they have in the show is perfect.
And you know, just as an aside, the funny thing is when they were first casting him and stuff, and they're like, well, we want somebody else because you want the universe separate, and they didn't think that Grant Gustin would fit the Flash that's supposed to be in this real grittier.
Yeah.
There was nothing real or gritty
about it.
that Flash.
No,
It was
no.
80s as shit.
He was a
You
little.
didn't get to see a lot of Cyborg as far as interaction.
No.
There's this one line where he's like looks at Batman and says, "I didn't think you were real." And Batman's response is like, "Well, I'm real when I need to be real."
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
kind of weird, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
What does that even
It's a
mean?
little
I'm
strange.
incarnate, discarnate,
Now,
reincarnate.
the other character that we get to see, which is actually, I think it's all kind of centered around, is Aquaman.
Oh God, he gets so mad at whiskey.
Yeah, when
I don't know if you've seen this
he's just
trailer, but
he's slamming whiskey to the tunes of the White Stripes cranked in the background, and he just slams it, and then the next shot of him is walking into the ocean, but
or the ocean walking into him.
yeah.
And he's in a fishing village. Again, talking about realism. This thing is like a Gordon's Fisherman ad.
Dude.
This is not like rural Maine. This is like, I don't even know, 1864 whaling town.
Yeah,
Somewhere
yeah.
off the coast of Bristol. And he's there feeding them with loaves and fishes.
Yeah.
And drinking
they
all of
say
their
that
whiskey.
the narration is like he shows up, diddly-duh,
In the cold of winter.
brings some fish.
Brings some
I'm like,
fish. I need the man that
I
brings
was
you
almost
fish.
like cracked up. Like, it
That's
says
the
that.
first line in the fucking
Who
movie.
the fuck says that?
Bruce
Unless you're
Wayne.
talking about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Oh yeah, which we don't
Right.
talk. We don't talk about him here at There's Mightiest
Who
Bad.
just walks around and says he brought fish.
Jason Momoa would make a good Jesus in a movie.
He'd be a
Too tough.
ripped Jesus.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could not believe him being taking
can't
those
crucify
No, it's
10
true.
or 9 tails.
Yeah, you can't
Without
crucify
ripping
that
someone's
guy.
balls off.
Fair enough.
If you crucified Jason Momoa, he would rip the spikes out and
Yeah, he
just
would.
strangle you with his bare Dothraki
But tell me you
hands.
don't want to see that
But it's not
interpretation.
really Dothraki, he's Jesus there, Dash.
Oh,
Dothraki
alright,
Jesus.
well.
Either
In
way.
my mind, he's
You know,
Dothraki.
I don't
I
mind
do.
casting him
Yeah.
and the look he has basically
No.
for Aquaman, going for this big, beefy, brutal look. But again, he's just surly for no good reason. Batman's like, listen, we're facing an enemy, it's pretty big, and I might need your help. And for his troubles of asking, he gets thrown up against a fucking barroom wall.
Now, we did get to see we all know who the enemy is going to be, but we did get to see a mother box being buried by Vikings.
King Arthur?
Yeah,
King
some
Arthur. Yeah.
ancient
Somebody
film.
had
Yeah,
horns
yeah.
on his helmet and they
Yeah.
were bearing a mother box. I'm kind of excited to see the whole dark side thing unfold. After the Batman versus Superman, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, the flash forward dream of
Yeah.
times to come.
Now, but in Batman versus Superman, we saw Flash appear out of the time stream and tell Bruce
Yeah.
that you were right about him all along, which kind of hints towards the Injustice storyline. So
Maybe.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Superman is in the poster, but we don't see him in the trailer. He could be an enemy at some point. Who knows what he's going to be resurrected
He could
as or
be.
what's going
Yeah,
to be going
he could
on in
be.
his head at first.
No,
They
that's
might need
true.
to deal with him as a team, and then he joins them to fight Darkseid, or who the fuck knows. But
yeah.
Yeah, because they're not enslaved. Even Marvel does the same thing. They're not enslaved to.
the comics.
Yeah, they
At
just
all.
they'll pick ideas
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
just work.
Well, I'm kind of
Around them.
interested to see the whole dark side angle unfold and see what happens there. I will probably be super disappointed, like I
It
was in
seems
Batman
inevitable.
versus Superman. But I mean,
This does not give me any hope.
No. All the
At
hope
all.
that I felt watching the Wonder Woman trailer, which was
Yeah.
an
which is
excellent,
really
fun
good.
trailer.
I think so
it-
far
it
she's
was
the
abandoned.
shining light of the DCU.
So
Like,
far.
she's
Gal
really
Gadot is
she
the one
awesome.
thus
She's
far.
great, yeah.
And good for her, but it's not enough to carry a whole universe.
No,
No,
no.
not at all.
Not at all. So, moral of the story is, if you were not impressed with the last the prequel to Justice League. There's a pretty good chance, even though this is going to have a lighter tone, or at least they're trying to cram that idea down your throat, that it's going to be more of the same in terms of disappointment. I don't think they took the notes from the naysayers. I think they listened to the hype of the people that supported them and then continued down this path, or that maybe they were already so far down this path by the time Man of Steel versus Batman came out that it was inevitable.
This sizzle reel must have been shot around the time that Batman versus Superman was going on. Because they already had all the actors there.
They were probably shooting this movie while they were editing and doing the final post.
But is Justice League shot yet? Completely?
No, probably not.
So.
Yeah, so this is probably because they had him there when Wonder Woman opens the friggin' email showing everyone's powers. Maybe this comes from that, this sizzle reel, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised if of course they're back-to-back productions. It just makes sense.
Well, yeah, it would have to be. Yeah.
And so I think there's already kind of committed to it. And I mentioned this to Mark and Chris earlier. I think the reason we got the sad fleck that became a legendary visual meme is because he was in the thick of making the exact same character come to life, and he was realizing how poorly it was being received.
Could be.
And I could be wrong. That's raw speculation, but I think it's going to be more of the same. And if you liked it, then have at it.
Yeah, no, it will be.
More for you.
It will.
But
people who are fans of the other ones will like it. People who didn't like it are not going to like it.
And we just didn't happen to like it.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to say it's pretty safe to say the bastards give it the super thumbs down.
Yeah.
It's just... I was kind of laughing through it.
It's right.
Well,
there's
it's
no
just
gravitas.
I really was
ridiculous.
laughing through it, yeah. And I'm a huge Justice League, Batman, Flash,
Dude, we all
Superman
are.
fan. Like, I'm a hardcore
course we
fan,
are.
but...
Think of this. If Grant Gustin had just been in it, how much leeway we would have given.
Oh my, a ton. We would have been blinded by the
glory.
fish speech.
Yeah,
Guy comes on the docks every Wednesday night.
Brings
us
fish. Dothraki. There's a blonde
I need
girl
to
with
talk to the
dragons.
fishmonger.
Yeah.
Where's the monger? All right, so let's wrap it up.
All right, so there you have it. That is the Earth's Mightiest Bastards view on the Justice League trailer. I think we ought to give it a big down.
We'll watch more and we'll talk about the next incarnations of the trailers and sizzles and whatever, but it just doesn't look good. It looks like it's going down that same dark path that just was no fun the first time.
Yeah, well, let's hope if Wonder Woman comes out, if it's good, that maybe they'll get their shit together.
Here's hoping.
There it is. So check us out online. We are a weekly podcast. We are available at embpod.com. We're also available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker. Check us out there for our weekly podcast. And again, we're going to be back in the vlogs every week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the subscribe button. Check that out. Leave comments in the comments section. And if you agree with us, cool, tell us. If you think that we're being picky old bearded guys about it, tell us that too. It's not a big deal. We like to hear feedback. So
No, we're right.
We are right. But leave us feedback anyway.
Leave us feedback anyway. Thank you, and we'll be talking to you next week.
See ya!
Earth's mightiest bastards. Earth's mightiest bastards. We might not know more than you, but now that we think about it, I think we